innovation and knowledge economy.
Right.
And without knowledge economy, we can't have progress.
Prof, sorry, after your permission, I record this meeting so that if there is any points, I can take
Of course.
I just now start to record. Yes.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
So yes, I think it's a very good idea, and I would like us to discuss with you in what way you have thought of our partnership.
Yeah.
Because I would like to suggest that, because it is a very ambitious project, and perhaps the best strategy for implementation would be in stages. And because, of course, developing a full master course is a task which probably cannot be achieved in less than 1 year. But what we could perhaps do together is to organize some short courses, because I'm sure there is demand internationally for this, and in this we can offer. I mean, can offer certainly a contribution to do this, and at the same time, it would also give us the opportunity to test the people whom we want to get into the faculty. Of course, I understand that it would be online, or is it going to be hybrid or classical?
Hybrid.
Yeah.
Hybrid, and if we have to, it depends on the university partners. You know, some university they might say we want to go to the classical type, which is totally be in physical. We also flexible, but we prefer hybrid. It will be easier for lots of people and to minimize the cost, so that the university can see the profit also. As
yes, of course.
Yeah. If you want me, I can give you some just history about what we are trying to do, sir.
Yes, please.
All, you know, of course, you are a partner for me, not only as Ken, you know, but you are a partner because you witnessed also the inception of the inspiration economy in Slovenia in 2015. Thanks for all the support.
I remember. Well, no, nothing.
Just having your name, that itself was for me is a proud, and I remember the day you invited me to the dinner, and I joined that time also. So since then, it was one of my the main ideas here is that we are having now a complete concept, okay, that we develop for it a content which is not available. Okay, now I claim that this content is not sustainable unless there is lots of people who will put their inputs in it, because it's not one man show. If you are developing a concept, it needs to be more developed. Okay, so in the last 5 years, I developed a lot of content. I mean, you can see in our research gate and lots of we are doing lots of publications. We reached to more than 32 books, more than about 240 papers, and in well-established journals. And we are publishing in Scopus, for example. Besides, we have our 2 journals in the last 5 years now, continuously, and we're applying also for Scopus to get the. So we have built something from nothing. No concept was inspiration economy. At least inspiration economy that time was used for yoga, for self-development, something like this. Now we brought now you can use something, a currency called inspiration, like the currency of knowledge economy, because I came, you know, my background, my PhD in knowledge economy, and you can solve lots of problems with it. In the last 4 years, I focused on also developing case studies through actual going throughout more than 32 countries we cover, where we did lots of projects on it. Okay, we found
Mohammed, who would be the 3 countries that you consider in the world the most successful knowledge economies?
Knowledge economy or inspiration economy?
Okay, could you define for me the difference? Because
there is a lot of difference, because the knowledge economy You are talking about the application of knowledge as a currency again. So let's choose knowledge as a currency,
Yes.
whether it is tacit or explicit, and whether in the process of delivery of services, products, and so on, so that you bring better, let's say, outcome from this. But the mindset, sir, all it is under capital economy. You see, inspiration economy is trying to go outside capital economy and saying that you do not need capital economy as the main player. Okay, you need more to understand the mindset of the humans and to make the societies more independent. So it is actually like hitting the basis of capital economy, that your capital is not the money. Yeah, knowledge economy, they started and they're making that the capital, still the capital is the money, but knowledge is like the like the accelerator. Okay. At least this is from what my readings all these years since I started my my master and then my PhD on that area. This is now a totally new concept. They're trying to free the model from any restrictions based on financial resources, bringing more the assets around the human, which is lost with over time, like the natural asset, the physical assets, the human capital assets, which knowledge economy is part of it, and so on, and changing the mindset of the human.
Yeah,
not the brain, the mindset itself, which means I define mindsets about four things: about assumptions, about attitudes, behaviors, and reflections or reactions. So these four things, if they change, you can make humans, wherever they are in Africa or wherever their development as a country, still they can solve their problems. And our focus here is not in business. It is business at the end of the day, but I'm talking about our focus in socio-economic issues. So I'm saying I don't want to tackle economic issues. Okay. Yeah, all our books been saying always, and we want to tackle our issue. We will not go, for example, for a financial crisis and try to correct it. Okay. But what we can do, we can go for a socio-economic crisis and we try to solve it. Family instability, migration, youth problems, women empowerment, you name it, we go and try to solve this problem. And then from that we can bring up the economy. Okay. Just I'll give you a small example. I can go in Mauritania and see a problem relevant to women empowerment. Okay. And or child labor, for example, they are working in the carpet industry. The carpet industry, they are suffering from money. The people who come with capital-based economy, they will come and say, okay, we will improve for you the factory. We are investors. We can automate for you the factory of carpet. The knowledge economy people will come and say, okay, no, we'll put for you automation. We'll put for you a knowledge-based. You'll know who's your customers. You try to sell to your customers, which is very important for us still. Okay. And you'll know from where you outsource the materials like this. Okay. So that you can improve your knowledge assets, and then your knowledge assets can be transferred into again another type of money. For me, no, my problem is that woman who's bringing her child with her. She's leaving the village. Okay, I want to solve this problem first by empowering her. How I empower her? I will buy, for example, or I invest on the machines. For example, the machine is manual machine, by the way. Okay, see the capital based. And this happened. I'm telling you a real story. Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Capital based. They came from country from Arab world, from Gulf country, and they say we'll automate for you the factory. While this factory, if it is automated, you are going to kill the competitive edge, because this is an organic factory. It is handmade, and this is only appreciated by European countries or developed countries who will buy always handmade and appreciate the story behind the carpet and so on. So this is where we differentiate a lot. We can say we are more, if you are reading about behavioral economy, we are near behavioral economy. These people, Richard Taylor and others who got Nobel Prize 2 years ago and so on. So this is where we are. We are more on that side, but these people, they do it also top down. They are using nudge, the nudge concept now available in all the governments. Okay, they try to change the behavior of the people or manipulate the behavior. We say no, we are not empowered to do that. Okay, we'll go for a bottom up. We'll go to the community or the NGO, okay, and try to show them what is they have power. So for example, I go back to the story of the carpet. I will take the two machines, I invest on these two machines, or collaborate with the partner. Like if they were a partner, these people know they wanted quick financial money. Okay, so I taken from them the machines. I taken from them about 5 machines to make a model. I spread it in different villages, and I bought from them also the wool, the camel wool, because there's camel wool carpet. Okay, and I taken these women who usually leave their family for 6 weeks, and they go only 2 weeks to a vacation for their village. They are old women. Okay, but they have the caliber. Okay, they are paid very low. They were punished if they make mistake. For them, I create from them entrepreneurs now. I give them the machine. The machine is not for them. It is like, we call it like you know, like endowment. You know, so it's like for them. But I mean, if they die or something, someone else will take it from them. Okay, and they have to train others in their village, so they'll become like businesswomen. They'll make sure, because they are producing, they'll make sure the error is less. They're not labor now, they're owners. Okay, and I give the factory the power that they buy from these people. So the factory became where? In the villages, while the factory became like a center hub for buying the carpets from these villages. Okay. So you see, if we manage to do like similar, there's lots of hundreds of examples. I mean, my book's all full of examples like this. Okay, this is a simple approach of total different way, like upside down. Okay. See, even we can solve lots of problems here by this mindset. Okay. For example, I'll tell you, like a neighboring country,
everything
like
is here indeed.
Like in your, even in your country, or maybe I'll talk about, because we stayed in Bosnia, as you know, for 5 months, me and my wife. Okay, they in Bosnia, you know, they are affected by the Turkish, and they have this, what they call it, the charity organization called Marhamat, charity organization, spread all over, and they are being since the wartime. Okay, these charity people, I believe, and this is what's happening now, all the Islamic world and maybe all over the world, they are helping people, giving them money, or food, or a cloth. Okay, so most of the year they give them food every day. Some of these people, they've been since the war under this I mean, they came, and then their children also became still stayed poor, and so on. When we gone and seen this charity, we said, you are emphasizing poverty. You are not making people to go out of poverty, because suppose when you're helping someone, and you know, I write a lot about poverty. Now we have many books on poverty, and now we are specialized also in the issue of poverty, and we have poverty labs also. We develop many poverty labs. So anyway, we found out in these models, these all charity models are emphasizing poverty, because if you are helping the poor for 1, 2, 3 years, and they are not coming out of poverty, and they are functional, okay, they can work, they can make tea, they can move, then you are actually breaking all their capitals. You are making them much weaker and weaker over time. And you know, 40% we kicked, we got 40% from the list just from the first 2-3 months, because 40% was capable of working, but there was no collaboration with other entities like the Chamber of Commerce, or someone who will train them, someone will show them what they can do, someone will invest with them money, some money, like $100, $200 to buy some equipment so that they can make seeds, or they can make honey, or they can make, and so on. So this is an example of where inspiration economy is. Now also we are entering in what we call social for profit. Now this is my goal, beside making, actually I don't want to make only a program, I want to make Prof colleges all over the world, because so much there is gap in the industry. The more I do research, always I look for people who can make something similar to us, but rarely we find. And if we find it, it is more top down, not bottom up. We find that people, they have money, lots of money, and they are creating seed funds. Okay, for social innovation, we found out there is lots of gap. There is lots of social for-profit organization that can be available today. They are not available. There is lots of missing between the poor. The poor can produce. For example, I'm working now in India, in northern India, Assam. They have bamboo trees. Okay, I can do lots of things in bamboo trees, but I don't have the mediators except for Amazon. If they can register for Amazon, this is one solution. But there are no mediator between this poor who will produce and you as a customer who want to buy. Usually the mediator is the big people. They are rich people. They take the product and they multiply it by 100 times and then they sell it to you. While the poor stay poor and their profit margin will be low. This mediator, he will take most of the money, okay, for himself.
Yeah.
So the idea of the program, I come back now to the program, is to prepare experts who will be half of them will come from normal countries, rich country, Arab country, European countries, whatever. Okay, because now there is demand in the market also. I mean, as if someone wants a job seeker, you want to work with Google, Amazon, companies that have what they call now, they started to have inspiration officer. Okay, we can bring this because there is no program like it in the world. Okay, or we will prepare, and this is my target. I want 70% of our graduates to be job creators, social for-profit owners, or mediators who will try to do a change in the community. And this is the program is built. And all these, see, we have 24 courses and one course for project. It is elective. They can choose only 12, of course, but I put 12 extra so that they have the choice.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Hello, ma'am in Skype. Hello. Yeah, lahko vas kličem nazaj. Ja. Čez 20 minut. Ja. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. I hope I'm not.
Switch it off. I will do it. I will do it now. Just a minute.
Sure.
Hey. No. Well, what is this? Okay. Sorry.
In short, I'm sorry, I'm taking your time also.
No. It's fine. I'm grateful that you have explained further to me, because I will tell you very frankly how I see it, and because I think we can collaborate on the basis of very good mutual understanding. When I say knowledge economy, of course, I do not accept the old pattern of exploitation. I am, in my age, becoming more radical than I used to be. And I'm saying that this rotten capitalist system is killing us. And this is about 100 richest families, particularly in the US, but of course elsewhere as well, who are the actual masters of the universe.
True.
We are just the slaves who do exactly what they want us to do.
True.
And your approach is very encouraging, because you are pointing to the basic problem, which is submission of majority of people to the rules of the game set by a few.
True.
And these few are not so intelligent. Actually, they have some animalic instinct of getting richer and richer and richer and richer. They don't care about the rest of people as long as they are bringing profit for them. So I fully agree that this has to change if we want to become a civilized society, which we are not at the moment. Can you imagine how many children are dying every day because of hunger? And we call ourselves human beings? No. We are worse than animals. Animals would never allow this.
And sir, and this will not be solved by talking about it, only by doing.
No.
See, always I say, if you don't know, you're not going to change anything. If you know, you talk about it, you write about it, it's not going to change anything. See, what is my good thing, what I have done since the beginning, I kept quiet. I said, I'll do case studies. Now, alhamdulillah, in this 5 years, working hard, traveling so many places and so on. Okay, and frankly, even the COVID, we capitalized a lot because we brought lots of publications, multidisciplinary. The good thing about this concept, it's for doctors, for lawyers, it's for engineers, for psychologists, for sociologists. It is really multi, and all our problems that we've solved, it came from this multi or holistic mindset, which is the word need. Even these rich people, if they were holistic mindset, they will not have this. Even if they don't have a human driven thing, holistic mindset will show them that they can be more popular. They will stay as icon in the world if they really contributed to the world. The concept here is based, and you can see even our subject. If you read our subject titles, I'm sure that you go maybe to the titles. We claim that all the courses is helping a person, normal person like me, to manage to create influencing without power. You can really influence the community without need to be the decision maker, the people in the government, whoever, or rich people or investor. Still, you can make by small amounts, $100. Maybe you can make from it like a $1 million impact by rethinking when to do that, when you invest, and why you are investing on this. You are not investing for a person to be entrepreneur. See, like even now, even my model is not relevant to. I visited Muhammad Yunus, Professor Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh, the Nobel Prize winner. Okay, but I found even our model is different than them. Okay, I don't. I believe that he did also a great success story. He brought many people out of poverty, but that's still using. He's asking the big companies to do what they call it now. He brought a program like MBA called social business. Okay, similar to MBA. Okay, I think now our program will push the word even further. They're saying, no, you are the poor in Sudan, in Ghana, in Mauritania, in Nigeria. These are countries I'm working in now. Okay, you name it, wherever we are. You a normal person, maybe he's a student. You don't need to be even studying, a student, not even a professor or something, but he bring a company that can help hundreds of people. Now I have one of my people who's in Ghana. He's still a student in 4th year. He didn't finish university, but now he have many hundreds of people, women and youth. They are working in shea butter. Okay, already they were working shea butter, but now he started what he did. We became the mediator. Instead of mediator will be a big company, we started to bring take these people, the product from these people, and relabel it or reuse it in different way so that we can sell it in different way. Okay, still we are not big players, but we are managing now to sell in Amazon within 1 year. So this is an example. And okay, and the most important, that the profit margin of the poor will become higher. Okay, when you buy now one ton from the poor, different when you buy, for example, 100 kilo. We are buying small amount and giving higher margin and telling them you still your product is much more valuable than to sell it in that much bulk. They work day and night in miserable condition. You'll see their children, even they don't have a cloth and so on, just managing to produce like a machine. Okay, because this is what is again what's called another social for profit, because some social for profit, they're making people like a machine. Okay, working all night trying to sell to live their minimum life. I'm saying no, if their life does not change within really a certain period, 2 to 3 years, still, and they are still waiting for some charity, then they are as if they are not producing anything. And this is where the totally we're trying to change the concept over time. Now we need more experts than me and this guy who's there in Ghana and so on. We need actually thousands and thousands and thousands of experts that's going to need to be produced. For that, I said I want to start with the master program. Okay, where they will have people from the college, they finished, will sponsor some of them. I'm talking about myself and others and so on. Okay, whoever want to come on board and sponsor some of them, or will collaborate with the universities who will, and for that, for example, I'm targeting also universities in different countries in Africa, 2-3 universities, in Southeast Asia, like Malaysia or Indonesia or these countries, also 2-3 universities and so on. And I mean, all over the world, we want to run the program so that within 1 year, okay, as you said, I know what it takes for accreditation with higher education. I know the process because we tried before. And by the way, we already ran a sample of these programs in Slovenia, in Bosnia, in Morocco, wherever we gone in Bangladesh. So we ran lectures to show that in certain areas, like in Slovenia, we gone all summer courses. We did it with Professor, Neda Trank.
Yeah, of course.
You know her, I'm sure. Okay, so we did that, and also we gone through higher education evaluation with Neda. Okay, her college is called Social Business and so on, IBBS or something like this. Okay, and we did also for Professor Anna Kovic. Okay, so we did also lots of courses and so on. Actually, in Bosnia, we exploited the model more and more, and we've been trying it in the last 5 years. Now, what we need to do, as you said, we'll not wait for the accreditation to come. Already we are having accreditation. For example, with countries, which is the accreditation is very quick, within maybe 6 months we'll get it, like Sudan. Okay, we'll do that. But we are targeting a big university. Now, for example, I am already in correspondence with Cambridge Corporate. Did you hear about them? Cambridge Corporate, they are not no. Cambridge in the UK, Cambridge in Switzerland. Okay.
Where in Switzerland?
Switzerland, yes. Cambridge Corporate, they call it. Cambridge Corporate University.
Ah, okay. And where is it located? In Cambridge or?
In Switzerland.
In Switzerland?
Yeah. But I don't, they are Cambridge, and they are putting Cambridge, but I'm not sure they are related to Cambridge 100% or not. But they have one of the best top MBAs in Europe. So we are in correspondence with them now. Already they are in a good stage with them. So I'm saying already we started with about maybe now more than 50 universities. We are in correspondence. In India also. India is also, Prof, is a very good target, because India, they have now they're coming to another stage. They're going to be a developed country. Okay, they're coming from emerging economy to developed country. Okay. So even their higher education is going through another stage of renewal and so on. But what happened in India, because they are moving too fast, the poor people are going into much more poverty. Lots of people, even though they brought many people out of poverty, but also there is lots of people, they gone deep into poverty.
No.
And it showed that this COVID crisis, it shows that their calculation of poverty was not right. Not only India, many emerging economies, because they claim they brought many people of poverty, but once a crisis happened, many people, even middle class, they came down and they pulled down and they pressed more the low class people who just came from poverty. So they go back into poverty. I'm writing now a lot about this. If you read my last paper, if you are with me in ResearchGate, I think you are with me in ResearchGate. We are together in ResearchGate, right?
Yeah, yes.
See this paper.
I think that you are right. The problem is universal, yes. And the so-called middle classes are practically disappearing.
Yes,
and
they came under pressure a lot.
Vulnerability has increased.
Yes.
And as you say, the moment of pressure and crisis, they fall again into poverty. But if I may, I would like to respond to some of those ideas that you have kindly explained to me. When I define knowledge economy, I'm not far from your own definition of inspiration economy. I will send you a slide with 10 points how I define knowledge economy. Yeah. And of course, any excessive socio-economic differentiation is simply not compatible with knowledge economy. A non-democratic society cannot be knowledge economy, and so on. So I will send you this. The other reaction I wish to make is that, of course, this is absolutely essential what you are doing to empower the let's say the marginal groups of society, and who are not marginal in terms of numbers, but unfortunately in many societies they are the majority of the population. Of course, this is a task which, as you say, can only be achieved successfully if you are not just a college, but a network of colleges, and you are leader of a movement, because it has to become a movement and a political movement at the same time, because it mobilizes the people on one hand, but at the same time, and this is where I would like to add something to your vision.
Here is why I need you. I need you so much. Why? For that, I written to you, because I believe that this is what you can do. I am as a thinker. Now, even I don't want to go a practitioner, and I've been practitioner, but I want someone who's really can move the people, and yani like the same political techniques that you have in your experience and so on. Yeah, sorry, sir.
Yeah, what I was referring to is that while, of course, bottom-up is absolutely essential, I couldn't agree more than that. But on top of that, or additionally, I would say, if we only work from bottom up, the road is very long. If at the same time, some effort is made to influence those on the top, educate them, to show them that what they are doing is just following their animalic instinct of accumulation and forgetting that they are part of society. This society has made them influential, powerful, and rich, not just because they are so capable, but because the society accepted that those who are, let's say, full of initiative and engage others and employ others, take the right, or rather abuse their rights, and push others into a kind of semi-slavery. This slavery is not with chains on the hands. We have free hands, but our mind is not free. That's the problem. We are part of a self-perpetuating system. I'm very happy about the radicalization in America, because this idiot of Trump has in fact made us a favor, because he has wakened up lots of honest Americans who were not aware what a system they have. Now, of course,
and the mistakes and the mistakes. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
The battle is not finished. And of course, Biden is not an angel, but he will be under pressure of those mega capital centers of power, because you must have noticed that in fact the media have so strongly fought against Trump and for Biden, and this is not an accident. I think the big boys, those super billionaires who hold in America something like 80% of national wealth, they have come to the conclusion that Trump is simply not reliable. He is such an ego driver. He has a video that he has become famous in America for. And the title of the video is "Never, Ever Give Up." And this is what he's doing. He cannot accept to be loser of the election.
I want to take you back here on your point, because for sure, the top-down approach, I didn't mean that we
excluded,
excluded, but I'm telling you what I have done, because I came, as you know, my background, I was expert for governments. I work for here in this country, and I'm now in Emirates. I work for Emirates. I work for a government. I dealt with government people. In Bahrain, I stayed for 5 years with the government. My country, I take many countries around this region, and I believe that changes they can do, but once there is another person come, all the change might be also demolished. But if we are talking, this is not the change that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the change that now you mentioned that we need more now, which is top down. I'll just give you an example of how much the world will be better if they follow the way that we are solving the problems. I'm not claiming we are very experts in complex problem solving, but I'm telling you that problems sometimes they look complex, but they are not. But why they are? We look at it complex.
Essence, everything is simple.
Yes. Okay. Simplicity is the secret of success. But they because the mindset is always driven by
Twisted.
capital-based economy. Okay. For that, the world seen that the only solution for America or the world, let's say call America now, okay, is vaccination. Well, in reality, from the first day, when Trump or the government of America or even here, even in our countries here, all those who have money, too much money, they said we will buy all the ventilators. Okay, I have a paper, sir, that I have written in March, but unfortunately it was published in June. Okay, because it was, we are trying to publish it in Scopus and so on. But I have written it in March, and usually when I write something, I try to bring also other people with me on board, either from specialists. I brought ICU people, I brought psychologists and so on, to give power for this and to correct if there is something I'm missing in the paper. So we were a team from ICU and so on, from different countries. Also now you'll notice in our papers, we publish, for example, people from Brazil, Africa, like this, all of us. So now even the acceptance of people of inspiration economy is much higher. But again, with your support will be better. But what I wanted to tell you about the ventilators, I said that time, because of my experience as a bioengineer, and because of I know that this disease is a poisonous disease. Okay, this is a zoonotic disease, and I have written many papers. I actually published a book with the 32 papers book called COVID the NTAP solution. And I think I asked you to comment on it. I think I sent it to you maybe in now we are publishing second part. Okay. So it is very popular book, and alhamdulillah, it spread also a lot and so on. What I want to tell you here is that most of the solutions we brought, it is basic mindset, not a clever mindset, not a genius, common sense. Okay. What is we talked about? I said that you do not need ventilators for people who will go into ICU. The more you use ventilators, because the ventilator have complex compressor. It is like the compressor of the plane, or like the compressor in the Land Cruiser, the big cars. It is huge. So once it is push your lungs, it will break your lungs. Okay, if you stay along on it, you don't need for a virus-based disease. You need only air. People will have problem with breathing. So you need like a nebulizer, you need like CPAP, they call it CPAP, okay? Like ambibag, I'm sure you know what's ambibag and so on, okay? Basic oxygen, okay, and air. Not complicated modules for ventilator and so on. Proven with time that more 95% who were in ventilator, they never came back.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because, and now they proved studies now, the second wave. For that now in the second wave, people are dying less, even though the virus is spreading very fast, because now they started to know in the people, they don't put them in ventilator. Even if they have a symptom of any bad symptom of cannot breathe and so on, they put them with air and so on. But how many people, millions, has died because of this issue? And how many factories or money or countries, they became tensed? America said, I will not give you the ventilator for France or for like this, because I will keep the ventilators with me. I will store thousands of ventilators. And every briefing of Trump in the first 6 months, talking that we have the highest ventilators in the world and so on. So see this mindset. He's talking about something that we don't need. He believes, and others people, and even I'm talking about a country who gone to the moon and or reach Mars, okay? Because their mindset's all based on capital-based approach, they are investing lots of human resources, lots of power, and even maybe going into wars for something is not existing. There is nothing no need for it. So you can imagine how many decision makers, if we manage to bring, they think this way. Okay. And I can talk lots of ways. For example, even the way they are managing the ICU. Even I have written another paper, again with a team of ICU people from all over the world. And you can raise the capacity of the ICU without raising the number of beds. You can improve the turnover ratio in the ICU without raising. And so there is lots of solutions in healthcare that can be solved without even preventing the second wave. Okay, I am sure the second wave came again because of zoonotic disease. I'm sure that something came from a country and it will come back. And you think that at least now China is more clean than Africa. We have lots of animal market in Africa. Okay, they sell the snakes with the lion meat, even not okay. They sell it near the normal chicken meat and so on. Okay, so you'll have this diseases again spread if you don't think in different way, and WHO think in different way how to prevent the disease, not how to solve a problem that already outbreak and so on. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more. Actually, common sense is what we need.
Yeah.
Because as you mentioned as well, most of the problems we are facing are basically very simple, but we have a twisted mindset and we cannot see the clear, easy way to the solutions. Plus, of course, the vested interest of those the richest who, in fact, don't want any change because they are afraid that if there is a change in the system, that they will lose the power. And bloody, they are right. They should lose power because we are enslaved by them. And that is bringing the whole civilization to the wrong direction. Now, I am very glad that we had this opportunity to exchange views. I now understand better what is your strategy. I will send you also something about knowledge economy so that you can see that actually our two approaches are not different. Only your emphasis is on changing the grassroots, changing the people's mindset, and the approach in Ken is primarily to change the mindset of all, including the policymakers. That is the slight difference, but it is complementary, and I think by combining the two, we can reach the best possible results.
Yes.
Now, I would be free
I would
to
like to hear.
send you.
Yes, I would like to hear from you now. What is your suggestion? I mean, now we are frank. Many people is saying that this is not the right time. Still, people are going through the crisis and so on. I believe that this is the right time, because if we don't do it now, when the people feeling the pinch of what's happening, this is a change moment. I mean, this is really what they call it a generation.
Correct.
They call it a generation moment. If we don't do it now, we might not never do it. Okay, we might have people better than Mohammed Bouhidji, I'm sure, thousands of time, but they don't dare to say, okay, this is my idea. I'm doing it as a program. I'm doing it as a course. But I'm saying why we need master, not because of I believe in only academic will give me a solution, but we want to produce now this level of experts where they are not PhDs and they are not undergraduate youth. No, they have some maturity where they will go to their communities. They will become like investors, or they become a top management who will really can spread the concept in a proper way. So what is the approach you believe that we can do together? That's my question.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that you have mentioned what you did now at the end.
Yes.
What we people very often miss, we don't ask ourselves sufficiently what is our ultimate goal.
Yes.
And you have now defined what is your ultimate goal. That is to prepare future, let's say, leaders at various levels of society with a fresh mindset to show with their own activity the different approach.
Right.
And that the name of it is inspiration economy.
Yes.
That is using when you say inspiration, of course, it means mobilizing the creativity and the potential in people, because the human capital.
Built-in motivation. Built-in motivation.
Yes, exactly. I think that now I understand better, because my reservation in the beginning of our discussion has been, if you are, and excuse me now for simplifying the language a bit, if you are directing at let's say activist approach and preparing the future leaders, then why master? Master is a piece of paper. Of course, what is important is the competencies and the skills which these people need in order to perform their new role, a role for which standard universities are not preparing them.
Yeah, so, I want to comment on that. So maybe I'll convince you more with this reply. See, most of the projects we have done, it was done by practitioners.
Yeah.
Those people in the field, I mean. Okay. What is our problem? We cannot sustain. After a while, these people will go into another job, or they'll die, or someone else will take over, something like this. Now, having a people, and what we wanted, we didn't want only to target the project. We are not a charity company or organization. We came to the community to change their mindset. We found out that this cannot be complemented unless we have people believe on this mindset by experience. The program, as I told you, why we believe it should be a program, whether you call it a master. Let's say we don't accredit, let's say we will take 1 year to accredit. I will not wait for that time. I will start to deploy my programs. And by the way, I'm doing this program already in Bahrain with the police. I have what they call it Inspiring Leaders program that's been running in the last 5 years. Okay. The police, we want to convince them to change their mindset, which is difficult, because of political issue and so on. Lots of things that I cannot maybe now talk about, but we wanted to show them that not necessarily everything can be solved by force. Okay. If you have a drug addict people, okay, or you have people that is now, stealing, or you have instability in the family or something like this, lots of things can be seen by different angles and can be solved by different angles. Okay. So for that, I believe, coming back to my point to you, is that if we brought people who have done at least 12 times small project, 12 times within a year or within 18 months, small projects, with time, I don't want to give them a lecture or a course about changing mindset and they go. Okay. They can talk about changing mindset, but they never can manage to change their mindset.
Applying it to a specific.
Only people, I always say, only people can change by doing. By best practice visit, maybe they change. By reading, maybe over a long time they change. Reading stories, reading books, they change. But if I want to change a person within 1 or 2 years, and this person is important for me, either he's coming from a poor community or he's coming from, as you said, a decision maker or middle class. What I can do with him, I can only do and help them and even change myself through going through project by project. By each course is called, you can call it, even if you want to change the name, you can say, even you don't need to call it even Inspiration Economy. Or I've written in business plan, sir, it's more than 60 pages. I have all the details, by the way, and I can send it to you.
Yes,
I said,
because it will be easier.
Yes. I said, is that not necessarily to call this program Inspiration Economy. Okay. We like to, spread the concept of Inspiration Economy, but you can call it, for example, problem-solving expert. You can call it community development practitioner. Lots of names I suggested there. Okay.
Yeah.
The goal here is to change people's mindset, to show them that their community or themselves, they can be more independent. I might be rich today, suddenly everything can go away from me. Crisis, the dollar down, no food in what I can do? Should I die or wait, or should I start from this crisis? Because every crisis have opportunities.
The old Greeks, when they developed the word crisis, in Greek it is krisis.
Yes.
in their mindset, in their opinion, crisis is not a collapse, but it is an opportunity.
Excellent.
And this is what we are forgetting.
Yes.
We say, oh, we are in a crisis.
Yeah.
Exactly when we are in a crisis, we have to start changing and acting, not waiting for the better time to come. This is not going to happen.
The examples I given you, I think today two examples about whether in Mauritania or about ventilators and so on. It's all about seeing, not see, if I was looking for a solution, I will say, okay, I'll invent in making, many people, they gone and try to invent in the ventilator. Okay, they brought solution for a problem. They thought it's a problem. Yeah. While we seen that this problem is an opportunity for something else. Is that don't use the ventilator, use the oxygen and air, but without. See, this is an example. See, this is,
yes, exactly.
Okay? Or for example, well, why should I make the factory larger and I make it automated while I cannot compete with the Chinese? If I solve the problem this way, I'll invest lots of money through, but I cannot sell it tomorrow with a better price. Let me still produce with each carpet have a story, and it's produced outside in the villages, and I find the opportunity in the life of the people. I'll make more people here, the producers, they will be more happy, and the customer will be happy. So this is the idea again of seeing things in different ways.
Yeah. I have one question. How would you define your organization? Is it a think tank? Is it a network? Is it a civil society organization?
If you read the program, I have put the model how we work, sir, and it's all these three things. It is actually we are research and development. The goal is the program.
Of course.
Okay, the research and development come from projects, which is like more of NPO or you can call it charity, whatever you want to call it, because we work on projects relevant to a problem. I mean, whether a problem is paid, sometimes this might be paid in the future. Yeah, for example, I give future foresight for governments here or in Bahrain or something like this. Okay, I'm now.
So are you also a consultancy, and you do contracts?
We not officially. I am doing that, but in my organization, I mean, that's the we call it even now. We change. If you remember, we have the International Institute of Inspiration Economy. Now we like to call ourselves like it's written behind me. Okay, project. Project, because it's much more than institutes, much more than masters. It is a project that we want to spread all over the world. It will have all the intentions. For example, we did with the Prof Anna. We built the self-sufficiency network.
Self-sufficient
network.
Network, yeah. Okay,
yeah, similar to sustainability, but we did projects. We started to do it during only the COVID time. Okay, how we bring solutions for the communities. Even rich countries like here, they don't have no self-sufficiency. And in Slovenia, you used to have during the communist time and so on. Maybe your self-sufficiency was 40 or 50%. You came down because you trained to capital economy to less than 10%. Now it's coming back. Now it's coming back higher, better, because you are teaching in schools. I'm involved with Professor Anna and what she's doing and so on. But I'm telling you is that this concept itself is very relevant to what is we are talking about. And even this program can be called self-sufficiency program because it's very relevant. The idea make more people live an independent business model so that their communities live an independent business model. Not the model based on always money coming from up, from top down. That's the idea. Yeah.
You remember the initiative we have started in Cannes last year, and we are working intensely on this now to implement the sustainability network of networks.
Right.
And this is actually close to your ideas as well, because we want to facilitate the connections between thousands of civil society organizations, but also universities, research institutes, professional associations, business associations, who have identified the problem of lack of sufficiency. Because how we are behaving, as we have discussed this morning, is not responsible, is not sustainable. Simply, we are condemning ourselves. Unless we change, we will have a much worse situation in the years to come. So we have to do something, and we have to use our common sense. We have to redefine many concepts and doctrines to see how the society can operate in a smooth way, in a socially responsible way, because it is crazy. The 21st century, and people are dying of hunger. There is so many problems that are not being properly addressed. And of course, as you mentioned, the basic economic principle is forgetting that it is by people, for the people, and not just by the huge billionaires who are playing with all the rest of society. So yeah, I would be grateful to receive this elaborate document that you have prepared. I will be free to send you in a couple of days my comments, suggestions, and proposals how we can elaborate our collaboration.
Yes, I think you can help me just to help you, sir, and maybe formulating your idea, and I leave it for you. Of course, you can see the big picture on the network more than me, but I believe that if can come and can identify specific part. You remember what we tried to do for our courses that we wanted to do? You remember? And I think it was in somewhere in Europe. Yeah. For the rich people. I think we tried to do some course together sometime ago. It was in where it was, I think in France or in you remember, right? Like an BA crash course. I forgot what
I will check in my mails.
Yeah. Anyway, it was something like this, but it's never formulated. I was with you. You were running this program, but it was for the rich people, actually, for the rich families. For family, for
family business.
Family business, yes.
Yeah. No,
actually, I anyway, we did also some work on that a lot some time ago, but not under inspiration economy. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is that what can help us so that we can move faster. Okay, first is that we identify the potential partners that really can depend on.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my suggestion, and now I leave it for you. Because because instead of you put lots of efforts and from experience now, I believe this is the right approach maybe that can really speed up in it. Okay, first is that we identify the proper partners who have some academic programs and they can offer already accredited programs.
Yeah.
Okay, relevant to MBA, master in project management, whatever. Okay, and we can introduce with them either the program and they accredited. Okay, like we're doing in Tunisia, Sudan, and other countries, and Malaysia. Now I'm corresponding, as I told you, with many universities on that. Or they can introduce at least one course. Okay, we will talk about all the economies. I'm talking about because even, by the way, if you notice in my ResearchGate, we consider knowledge economy, the one you are talking about, is part of our, the one you mentioned now, is part of our approach. I told you about the knowledge economy that's known in the market. Yeah. Okay, but the knowledge economy that I'm using a lot of knowledge economy approaches. Actually, the knowledge asset now of the ladies who's doing the carpet. This is a knowledge economy.
Of course it is. Yeah.
I moved the lady only her knowledge. I moved there instead of being in the capital within one factory, and she's a labor. I moved it to be in the village, and she became a trainer for many others. Okay, so that's the way we are looking at it. So what I wanted to tell you here is that if we can manage, let's say to identify 10 collaborating people or members or universities that they are want to work through Ken on a project relevant to putting a course or a program, complete program. Okay, that will be good. And then we start a dialogue through Zoom. Okay, for 1 hour. Okay. So that if they have any worries, you send them the document. I'll send it to you. I send it to you. The document I'm going to send you I said only will send it to those who are interested. So I'll send it to you, but
Yeah,
not
yeah,
for
sure.
them. Once
Okay.
they are interested, we'll send it to them, because this is a detail about how we're gonna do things and so on. I don't say it's confidential, but I prefer to send it to those who are serious, not those who.
Yes, yes, you're right. You're
But
right.
they will do it or not. Okay. I think
Mohammed,
that
I will have to leave now.
yes. Okay.
I'm going for a meeting outside of
Okay,
the
sir.
building.
Okay.
In 10 minutes, I have to be there.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm very happy that we have had this discussion, because I think it clarified a lot.
yes.
I will be now expecting your extended presentation of the project, and I promise to react in very short time. I have some ideas already in my mind, and I will elaborate them and send them to you for further discussion. And maybe in about 10 days or so, we can have another Zoom to make the next steps.
Sure. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you for your time, and wish you all the best.
Thank you. All the best.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy to see you after a couple of years, really.
Yes, yes. Keep safe. Most important, keep safe.
Likewise.
You already did you take the vaccination already?
I'm sorry?
Do you vaccinate? Did you take?
No, not yet, but I will do it very soon. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye.
All the best. Bye. Thank you.